Hello to all you race fans out there on YouTube and the iRacing Live portal, and welcome to Off Camber TV's coverage of the Northwest Truck Series, sponsored by Walls Beard Co., Sarge's Place, Bolt Vapes, The Hungry Dragon, and Sim Stuff. Tonight, we can call these drivers gladiators as they strap onto their chariots for 150 laps here at the last Great Coliseum at the Bristol Motor Speedway for the running of the Sasquatch Crossing 62. Last week we got to witness a new winner in the series as Jeff Stabnow held off a hard-charging Ray Partridge for the win at Michigan. As we inch closer to the chase cutoff in 5 races, drivers out of the hunt need to put together a good string of great finishes if they hope to race for a championship in a few short weeks. We got joining me in the booth tonight are Katie Reed and Tony Knuckles. How you doing there, Katie?
Oh, I'm doing great. I'm extremely excited for Bristol. I'm actually a big fan of Bristol. I'm not a big fan of the accidents, but I like the close running, see how drivers can run around each other without having an incident. But we'll see how well they can do that here. But otherwise, I'm doing pretty good. I'm glad Jeff Stabnow got that win in, got a different winner in, and even pulled away in the rookie standings, or is trying to catch Brian Barnes, that is.
Tony?
Well, I saw earlier today a quote from Clint Boyer, and he said anytime anybody asks him what race they should go see, he always says Bristol. And Bristol is definitely one of those tracks that's on my bucket list to make it to for a race, because it's just amazing. It's tight quarters, it's fast, and certainly the track here in iRacing really emulates that. So this is going to be a lot of fun tonight. Going to probably see a few tempers flare, close quarters. You're going to have guys bouncing off the walls, and guys behind them trying to check up. It's going to be brutal out there tonight, I think.
Right now, qualifying is going to wrap up here in about 2 minutes. You got Chad Barker on pole in his first race back in about 2 races. So good to see that number 18 back out on the track. Got his teammates taking the next 3 spots behind him in D. Palmer, Wayne Hutchinson, and Sean Breitzman. And Andrew Williams is rounding out your top 5 right now. We're going to take a look at points real quick. Mark Walls back to being your points leader. He's got a 4-point advantage over second place of Wayne Hutchinson. And then the gaps start to get a little bit bigger. You got Andrew Williams in third, 31 points behind. Brian Barnes in fourth, running for that Rookie of the Year at 34 back. And 54 back is another Rookie of the Year contender, Jeff Stabnow. Looking at the bubble right now, the top 8 will advance in 5. That Spotter's got something going on the radio there. About 5 races to go. Breitzman right now, Sean Breitzman at 46 truck holds that transfer spot by 3 points over Gary LaViolette in a 68 truck, whose Spotter is definitely giving us some
Believe
good humor
he is
there.
trying to audition for The Voice.
He's trying to do something. He needs to lay off the helium, though. Carl Burke, Dan Stussy, Chad Barker, as we just mentioned, and John Ottenbacher can almost realistically make it. They're definitely going to have some wins come into their favor here.
Yeah, it's about that time for Chad Barker when he missed those two races that really hurt him. He wasn't having that great of a season in terms of finishing. He got in a lot of incidents, but he really didn't need to miss those 2 races, and because he did, he's outside the top 10 now. We'll see what kind of performance he can put on, because after this race, we have 4 races to go to the chase, so he's really got to get those finishes in.
Well, I want to see if Ryan Maines, he's been knocking on the door. He did not qualify all that well, but if he's got 4 races left. He's been close a couple of times. Just curious to see how he runs tonight. And same with Andrew Williams up there. He's always fast. Curious to see if he's going to break through here at Bristol as well. Break the dog bear chokehold there.
Yeah, from first to 21st, though, there's only a 5/10 gap as the drivers are going to start gridding up here. I'm going to let a couple more get on here before we give you your starting grid. So Not for lack of trying, though, back there with that 17 and his teammate in the 10. Definitely going to be interesting to see if they can drive through the field. But Bristol's definitely one of them tracks where you want to be out front and stay out front until you get into lap traffic. All right, and here is your starting grid here for the Sasquatch Crossing 62 here at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Got the 18 of Chad Barker sitting on pole right now. D. Palmer in P2. Wayne Hutchinson is going to roll off in third. Sean Breitzman in fourth. Andrew Williams in fifth. Points leader Mark Walls in sixth. Then you have Ray Partridge seventh. Eighth went to Scott Hutchinson. William Fletcher in ninth. And rounding out your top 10 will be Nick Kuhn. Gary LaViolette in 11th. Kip Leo 12th. Last week's winner Jeff Stabnow is going to roll off in 13th. Brian Barnes 14th. Brett Johnson 15th. Then you have John Ottenbacher 16th. Christopher Sherburne is 17th. Carl Burke 18th. Ryan Maines in 19th. And Scott Kook is rounding out your top 20. Trenton Barrington and Andy Vogt are going to round out your field, it looks like. But I do not believe that. Oh, here we go. Nathan Little is also going to come out in grid as well. He's going to roll off in 23rd in the wrong lane.
Just want to take notice, guys, the 90 of Tristan Underwood and the 31 of Drew Lalonde, as well as the 87 of Jay Craybill, will not be taking the track tonight.
Well, this will be interesting. How far do you think we're going to get before we see that first caution fly?
Is the front straightaway an option?
How far do we think we're going to get, or how far do we hope we're going to get?
Yeah, it really could be that way. It's 150 laps, which is essentially, it's kind of a sprint race for Bristol. It's only 62 miles. It's going to be interesting to see how aggressive these guys are. We know the Northwest Truck Series, they've got one fast repair, so I got a feeling everybody's going to use it tonight. I think this is going to be one of those nights where there is not an exception.
Yeah, you got that right. I mean, especially here at Bristol, where it seems to turn into a one groove racetrack pretty quick. I mean, you want to enter in middle, swing it out to the wall, and then you pretty much diamond the corner off. So it's going to be whoever can get into that line and hold that line is going to be able to start to pull away. Pace car is going to bring him back one more time for another parade lap. So, Katie, what are you expecting tonight?
Again, expecting a little bit of chaos, hoping we might get in a nice little green flag run here, because that's when these guys really start slipping and sliding around the track. You can really tell who's got the driver talent here at this type of racetrack by how clean your car is at the end of the race, and there's not going to be a lot of clean cars. I don't think so.
All right, here we go. Pace car is off. Chad Barker has command of the field. Green is out here in Bristol, and we are underway for the Sasquatch Crossing 62.
Little bit of a slow start there from half the field. Everyone losing a little bit of time there. The 18, though, is going to get a nice jump, but not before the 23 on the outside, trying to get a run here. Get that carry off of turn 4 as he dives back into turn 1. That's how quick it goes.
Now, how long on fresh tires can these guys stay on that low line?
Just about 3 or 4 laps before they start going out. I mean, this is an open setup league, so they could have a decent setup underneath the truck as Palmer has cleared the 18. Now Breitzman's going to work on the outside of Chad Barker, that 46 truck, looking for second place, heading off into 3.
Yeah, it's almost as if starting on the bottom lane in first position hurt a little bit. Having that top lane here, getting into the groove and just settling in, running those laps, that's what's going to be key here.
And he's just falling back and back and back. Him and his teammate in 1, Wayne Hutchinson, stuck on an inside line as the 18's under fire from the 67.
Sorry about this. That was 3 wide back there for a moment. The 19 of Nick Kuhn, the 7 of Brett Johnson, and the 4 of Brian Barnes were 3 wide for a moment there.
Ooh. Yeah, up front, Breitzman just about got into the wall and about got turned by the 29, Mark Walls. Walls decided to back off there and let Breitzman go here as the 18 has gotten into line. The 1 has gotten into line. Looking for
Oh, we
side by
got
side.
Ryan Main's around coming off of turn 2, I believe.
Ooh, and that was ooh, got into the rear end of Scott Kukas and checked up for that. 42 got into the side of him, and they rolled away from that.
Yeah, it's not going to be some pretty damage on the front of that 42 truck.
Let's see. Kind of people come into pit here. There will be somebody pitting on the back half. A couple people pitting on the back half of the racetrack. I believe that Nathan Little is going to have to go all the way down the backstretch pit road all by himself. Maybe another car in the mix.
Yeah, and for those that aren't don't really know and aren't up to speed with the way Bristol's laid out for pit stalls, is you actually have pit stalls on both sides of pit lane, and so it can get a little difficult trying to find which one you need to get to.
Now looking in, he's not coming into pit. I'm looking for a pit box on the back stretch though. All these haulers in the way. I believe there is a pit.
Talking about the 18 of Chad Barker there, our pole sitter. We actually talked to him before the race, and he did mention he didn't have a whole lot of tuning time on this car this week. So I think the bigger surprise was that he was able to go out there and stick it on pole, not that he's dropping back here. I personally thought that's probably how that would go, but a lot of that might have been that he was just trying to be careful and not get into anybody. It'll be interesting to see if he can get to the outside line and then see if he can work his way back forward.
While we are logging some laps, I do want to make note though, if we go in rear chase view and show you guys what we're looking at from the front of the car looking back at the hood, you can see that quite a few cars have some damage. D. Palmer has some front right end damage there. Even the 29 of Mark Walls, our points leader, has some damage. 67 of Andrew Williams. You can go back through the field, and we've got a couple of people with some right side damage there up front. It's really interesting. It goes to show you even some of our leaders can't keep it off the wall. It's a difficult track to master.
Yeah, as much as you had to sling it into turns number 1 and 3, you're bound to hit the wall at least once or twice during a race. Get yourself a good old-fashioned Darlington stripe a couple 100 miles away.
And Nathan Little did indeed pit that time. Pit on the backstretch there. He was just able to get off right in front of our leaders. Has caught up, decided to not use his quick repair.
All right, lights. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, speaking of quick repairs, you know, with all these cars getting slight damage from hitting the wall or rubbing the wall, there's going to be some of these guys who end up using their fast repair without realizing it, didn't have it shut off. And that's going to come back to bite them in the butt.
Yeah, D. Palmer, 23, our leader, is going to elect to take the high side on this restart. Going to put Brightsman on that bottom. And at the 67, Andrew Williams right behind our leader in 4th. So, good. Getting ready to see how these guys restart here. Here we go. Pace truck is off.
Oh,
Andrew Williams gets a little shot.
Tried to anticipate the jump there by the 23 D Palmer, and that did not work out well for him.
Almost did a good job. 67 is going to come off of 2.
Oh, look at that run. Yeah, you're right. That was a massive run by the 67 there, as he got a little bit of a boost from that start after it got caught up there. 23's clear. The 46 got clear. The 29, though, causing a little bit of action there on the bottom, trying to catch up. Ooh, looks like this is a 10, I believe. 10 of Andy Boo. Yes, indeed. 16 of Kip Leo. Oh, not Kip Leo again. He has had the worst luck. And it was just a single car spin by Kip Leo. And as a reaction to that, the 10 trying to miss the wreck, dodged it and got right into the 2 of Trenton Barrington.
Yeah. Ooh, look at Nathan Little barely getting by it too.
Yeah, and even Ryan Maines, my goodness, I don't know how close you can get, but he definitely tested that.
Yeah, here in the spotter for the 67 and the 23, trying to get on the same page on that restart before an actual accident happens on one of those.
Yeah, you have to remember this track is extremely short, and so if you do end up spinning or get spun and you have to recover your truck, it's going to have to be very quick that you get going again, because if you don't, within about 10 seconds you could be lapped, and that's exactly what happened to the 10 and the 16.
Oh,
Now if
you know,
All
they
right,
things are heating up between the 23 and the 67
let's go.
teams.
Yeah, the 67 not happy about that restart. We saw he got in the back of the 23 because it looked like the 23 was going for the restart, checked up, and decided to go again, and that's when the 67 didn't see it coming, and unfortunately, he hit the back, and that probably damaged the front end of his car. And it looks
Yeah,
like the 16 of Kip Leo did use his fast repair.
looks like Trenton Barrington has disconnected. I'm looking back at the restart right now. Yeah, and exactly how he sped up to 45 mile an hour, let off, and yeah, so very nice there.
Ooh, I don't know. Yeah, he won't go. He will end up getting the lap down there. The 10, Vandy Vogt, it almost looked like he was trying to beat the pace car, but he had to pit down the second pit lane. So he will end up going a lap down. He is about to, well, looks like I thought he was pitting there. Decided to go all the way through. He did not use his fast repair. The 85 of Scott Kukas did, though. So we've had a couple of drivers use their fast repair so far.
Now I'm wondering, because it's under caution, does he is he trying to go through like they would in a regular NASCAR event where you have to run the whole entirety of pit road?
It looks like it, although it's rather interesting because he's already been through the back pit road already, and now he's going back through again. This is his second time through pit lane here. I'm not quite sure what's going on. There we go. I think he finally found his pit, and he does use his fast repair.
All right, lights are off the pace car. Gonna re-rack them here. Like to keep an eye on that 23's pedometer, if we could, there, producer, and see what happens this go around.
That is
They
a
have-
lonely non-dog bear team driver right there.
Yeah, he is surrounded dog pile by dog bear.
This is going to be an interesting restart. See how he handles it this time.
One looks clean.
Yeah,
And
clean
they're
enough.
back going.
23 gets clear, 46 clear, and now the 29. Those first two teammates there. Oh, 46 goes around.
Brightsman.
Oh, hasn't hit anything. No caution, no caution. Wow, no caution. All right
What
then.
happened there?
Interesting.
Just
No
got
caution
loose
for
off
that.
of,
He's going to
turn
get
four.
spun around and get back going again. Will not lose a lap.
He might lose a lap here. He's got his teammates coming up behind him now. Brightsman just hitting the stripe. Palmer coming off four hitting the stripe.
Yeah, he's back up to speed though. If he can just put down some pace laps as he was up front before, he'll stay out front now.
And 91 of Scott Hutchison under fire. 68 Violette. 24 Jeff Stabnow, last week's winner, trying to get around him. Hutchison holding that bottom though, doing a pretty good job. His first side-by-side battle on the track. Oh, 68.
fuel whenever you can.
Looking for the wreck.
Good job. Tell me about your race car when you can.
Trenton Barrington is involved.
Yeah, it almost looked like he disconnected for him or blinked there for a moment.
It got really loose coming off of 4, hit it, hit the 10 into the 15, 16 wrecked.
Oh man, and the 10's already used his fast repair. So is the 85 back there, who looks like he dodged the wreck maybe a little bit. And the 16, oh man, I cannot say enough. Kip Leo has just had the worst luck this year, and you really hate it because he is such a great driver.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a battle of attrition here tonight.
Gonna go ahead and get you guys caught up here. We have only completed 24 laps of the scheduled 150, but our current leader is indeed the 23 of D. Palmer. We have had 0 lead changes. He's led all 23 laps so far, but we've had 3 cautions for 12 of those laps. So Not been a completely clean race here, but hopefully that'll change towards the middle part of this race. We want to get you guys caught up on weather as well right now. It's partly cloudy at night here. The air temp is 78, same as the track right now. That is the data that we're receiving. Winds are out of the north, 2 miles an hour, and 55% humidity. So not a bad night going on right now.
Yeah, this is iRacing defaults.
iRacing really needs to work on getting that virtual stickum for Bristol like they're using on the real track.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Might help
after
a
they get
little
that
bit out
tractor
there.
in.
Well, it looks like the two of Trenton Barrington ended up getting his toe there. I think he might have busted an engine, so he'll have to use that fast repair if he hasn't already. Kip Leo, he is all the way to the back, 2 laps down right now. Scott Kukas and Andy Vogt, they will be battling for the lucky dog when we go green here. Andy Vogt currently has the position, but he is coming into pit lane.
Well, this is going to be an interesting restart because this is, I believe, going to put the 67 to the inside, is it not?
Yes, he was in second when the caution came out. Pretty sure the 23 is going to put him on the inside. He's going to have the 29 right behind him, and then the 18 is going to be adjacent to him, right behind him in row 2. So, yeah, definitely going to be interesting. Non-dog bear drivers in the top 10. You got the 67, the 91, and the 28. So 7 out of the top 10 positions are occupied by teammates.
But that's not necessarily rare. I mean, we do see that quite a bit. Dog Bear normally brings a pretty good show into these tracks every week.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like John Ottenbacher is... No, he's blinking, because I do not see him. And a couple of drivers are having to fall back to try and avoid wherever he might appear again.
Yeah, he's not looking too good on the ping or quality side of things. But hey, pace car is off.
Green flag.
There he goes, D. Palmer gone. A little bit of checkup on the inside lane.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a curious restart again there. The 67, though, trying to dive it there on the bottom as the 18 of Chad Barker is trying to pick up that spot again, trying to get back to the front where he started this race. Holding that high side, here comes the Dog Bear train on the outside of the 67, trying to hold it there on the bottom.
Ooh.
And the
Yeah.
29 and the 67 just about met in the middle there.
Close to it. 67 going to hop in the line in front of the 1 here and get his bearings back, and went from second to fourth there.
Yeah, that's not uncommon. The 67 of Andrew Williams, we like to say aggressive, but also determined. He will do what he has to do to get in line and try and keep his truck clean right now as we have about 120 laps to go.
Yeah, top 7 really close together right now.
Ooh, Jeff Stab now way out of line, almost 3 wide there is the 46 and the 17 trying to race right now. Brian Barnes going to put his truck in the middle there, but Jeff Stab now got way out of whack there. Oh,
Oh,
it's
there he
spinning
goes again.
again. Oh, little turns into the 19, no caution though. Wow, 19 took a big hit there. He's going to lose some time.
Caution.
Everybody's still rolling.
And there comes the caution. That is actually, I believe, for
That's for the 17 and the 48, 46.
46.
Of Breitzman.
Yeah. Bryceman coming off the turn, and I think 17 might have got loose and just got wrapped around that 46 there.
No, it looks like it might have been a little bit of a net code. 46 dove it in the corner, and yeah, just
There
straight
it
net code. Wow, really bad net code there. As it seems iRacing thought that the 46 did not like the 17 there and took him out, but that was pure net code.
All right, well, looks like we do have a couple takers to pit road here. The 4, the 24, and pretty much everybody behind them except for Nathan Little and Kip Leo are going to come in. And Scott Kukas is going to stay out. He is a lap down right now. I believe he will get the lucky dog this time. There he goes.
Well, it looks like towards the back there, and it will indeed be the 85 of Scott Kukas here receiving the lucky dog. Good to see him back on the lead lap here. Andy Vogt, as we were taking the green flag there, went down a lap. He was still on pit lane, so he is having a rough race here tonight here at Bristol, the short track races, and that because of the difficulties, he is already down 4 laps, Andy Vogt is.
And it's not hard to go down multiple laps here, no matter what side of the coin you're on.
Well, looks like the 46 of Sean Breitzman is coming into pit lane as well. The 4 Brian Barnes now leaving. A couple of these drivers having come in and pit. The 85 got his lap back. He will be in the pits now. The 53 of Carl Burke is currently sitting in the pits. Same for the 7 and the 16 of Kip Leo.
So meanwhile, up front, D. Palmer continues to lead this. This is we haven't seen a long run yet. I don't know that we're gonna see a long run.
Well, let's see. First run was 5 laps. Or 6 laps, excuse me. 2 laps. 4 laps. 7 laps.
Yeah, it's almost like the ASRS race at Martinsville. It just can't quite keep it clean out there, unfortunately. But like I said, I hope we get some green flag runs in here, because these drivers, they have the talent to keep it clean, but those attitudes and those anger issues might just come out here at this short track.
Oh yeah, definitely will. It's just like any short track. First half of the race is going to be caution after caution after caution. Second half is just going to be like 1 or 2 cautions. We'll get some good green flag racing in here later in the race, but for right now, don't think that's a possibility. Lights are off the pace car.
I want to remind everyone, those involved in the wreck, Ryan Maines and Sean Breitzman all the way back in 13th and 14th.
And Andrew Williams once again
On the
with
outside.
the spots that he lost, got him back on the outside right behind D. Palmer again.
Yeah, 4th is definitely the catbird seat on these restarts. Pace car has got him rolling through turn number 4. Pace car is off. And we are gone. Green flag.
Ooh, not a big restart by the 91. Wow, he really got checked up there, but the 2 out front, the 18, 23 got clear there. The 67, what a run on that backstretch there. Beautiful run. The 29, though, losing some time as the 1 of Wayne Hutchinson going to dive in. Can't quite hold that bottom lane, though.
Yeah, that 67 is just a rocket. I think he could really do something here, given a few laps of green flag to do it with.
Yeah, but this track being as hard as it is to pass, I mean, he's going to have something set up pretty good for the bottom lane in order to be able to do something with the 2 trucks in front of him right now. Still sitting in 3rd, running high, wide, and handsome in that 67 Hungry Dragon Chevrolet. So definitely going to be one to watch as the laps start to wind down here. 68 with a battle with the 91 still.
The 91 not having the best restart there. 68 starting to catch him, though. 91 diving low, trying to clear him up top. Can't do it. 68 can come back on the high side. 24 side by side with the 46 as the 68 touches the wall there. Losing a lot of time now. He'll lose 2 spots in 1 corner.
Yeah, a little bit of touch from the 91 there. Stab now.
Oh, Maines around. Maines has gone around again. Hard
No caution yet? Oh, no caution. Wow. Some interesting things happening here as the caution decides to not come out. 17 getting back up to speed.
In front
Here
of your
come our
leaders.
leaders.
He's going to sit on the inside lane. Going to be 3 wide. Oh, Mark Wall's going to back out of it right there. Trying to work on the 67. Not going to be able to do anything there.
Oh, and the 20, who was that? Somebody just got loose off turn 4. That's the
Probably
24 of Brett Johnson.
24 of Jeff Stabnow, I believe you're referring to.
Or I'm sorry, yeah. I knew what I meant.
Yeah, that was Jeff Stabnow right behind the 7 of Brett Johnson, which is why you probably got them mixed up. Those guys are always around each other. Same for the 4, Brian Barnes, though, cruising there in the 13th position. Looking up in front of him, have an inch
Ooh,
down there. Ooh, 7 and 24. Oh,
I can say Brett Johnson now.
yeah, you can say now. These guys are in front of our leaders. They need to get going here. They both do. Here's our leader passing the 24. He's got to stay on the lead lap here.
And their teammates, I think the 23 is going to actually, well, no, I don't know.
No, the 24 committed to pit lane, but decided to not go in.
Yeah, I can guarantee you that if somebody else out front, non-dog bear, that 24 will be a lap down right now. Guaranteed.
It helps to have friends sometimes.
Yes, it does.
And I
really
say
does.
that I'm going to go back to that last restart real quick. If you watch, of the top 6 cars, 5 of them went at the exact same time. 1 did not. Guess which one that one was? It was the 67, the non-dog bear car.
I'm shocked. Well, it looks like we have about half the field pitting, half the field staying out here. 18, 67, 46, all coming down here. 91, 68, 28 behind him. Haven't heard much from William Fletcher. I was just about to mention him as that caution came out. He's been having a steady race in the top 15.
Yeah, good on him. He needs a good run. I know the last couple weeks been kind of hard on him. Get into other people's stupid. But
Yeah, well, last week he finished up in 8th position because of the madness at the end of last week. So we got him a nice top 10 there, which is really good to see because he's only had 4 top 10 finishes, on the season. He's missed quite a few races as well, so really needs to get some good finishes in there. Ooh, and Brett Johnson will actually come into the pits again. And Andy Vogt and his teammate, the 17 of Ryan Maines, they are not having the best night.
well, at least I can say one thing. We are a third of the way through the race. So, I'm going to shake up the front runners a little bit. Carl Burke's going to make his first appearance tonight into the top 5 now. I think all the way back to Brian Barnes have not been on pit road yet. I know Nathan Little has. Don't know if he's taking tires or not. But pretty much everybody behind, including that 42 behind him, has seen their virtual pit crew at least once tonight.
Yes, I believe Chad Barker is actually the first one off of pit lane there during those pit stops. So the top 9 has stayed out, but only the top 4, it seems, have not made a pit stop at all this race.
And speaking of new drivers to the front, got to give a shout out to the 19 of Nick Kuhn in that American Cancer Society ride. That's a good-looking truck, and it's a good cause. Good on him for running that.
Yeah, this is actually Nick's 4th race of the season, the 14th race for our drivers total. So he has come in relatively late, but having a decent run. Has not got his first top 10 yet. Maybe tonight is the night.
He's definitely going to have the preferred line on the restart, sitting 3rd on the outside. Pace car is working its way around turns number 3 and 4 with the field in tow. You got Dee Palmer out front, Mark Walls in 2nd, and Wayne Hutchison in 3rd.
And keep an eye on that 67 sitting mid-pack and the 18. Those are some fast trucks, and they're going to be in traffic. So
here we go. Green back out there.
Almost 3 wide there in the back. Keep an eye on that as the 88 goes side by side with the 1 of Wayne Hutchinson. 3rd place battling here on the track on this restart. The top 2 always tend to get single file for some reason. Oh, 3 wide, 18, 4, and 42 back there. Causing a lot of issues as the top 6 go single file here. The 4 side by side with the 18. Can the 42 get clear? Looks like he will. 18 though on that high side. He's got the lane choice.
Out of the 4 cars are behind, 4 trucks are behind the 42. 3 of them have been running in the top 5 all night. So, minus Brightsman, because he was up there for a couple seconds and decided to cut a tire down or something.
Ooh, 53 had a terrible corner there. Was trying to hold it as low as he could. Couldn't get there. 19, though, going to make the pass. 18, look at the run on the bottom there. Shot out of a cannon. As he tries to get side by side with the 53. He goes through the corner. Looks like he will clear him, but he's going to let the 53 come back on the high side.
Oh, he's loose.
Oh.
Chad Barker dirt tracking it.
There we go. Nice catch.
Yeah,
46.
good save.
Going to go side by side with the 42.
There goes Brightsman. Here comes Andrew Williams. 42 got a little shot. Gets into the front of the 67.
Caution
Come
somewhere.
back onto the track, and that's gonna be.
Oh, gets taken out by the
91, I believe.
85 of John Onbacher, who has
Oh, no.
also not had the best luck. Here's the 42 on the field. Not going to get that here. He's going to have to pit anyway. He is smoking rather bad there.
I believe he's already taken his fast repair because he's been involved in earlier incidents. This might be it for Nathan Little tonight.
Well, that was just some bad luck for the 089 of Ottenbacher. Thought that truck was going to stay there, so he went low, and then that truck rolled low, and he had nowhere to go.
Yeah,
four
unfortunately. Looks like a
gives a
couple
little
of guys.
tap, and yeah, a little bit of damage to that 67 on the front end as leaders are starting to pit.
Yeah, 67. Unfortunately, he just pitted, so he didn't need to come back in. But with what happened under caution there, that caused the caution, he took a lot of front end damage. Is not going to use his fast repair. Is going to have to stay in pit lane and take some repair from his pit crew.
Oh, that is close off of pit road between Mark Walls and Deep Palmer, and I believe Mark Walls is going to win that.
Does have a couple trucks in front of him right now. A couple of them lap down. Looks like the 4 and the 28 are going to come down. Chad Barker will take the lead right now with the 68. Right behind him, and I believe the 17, Ryan Maines, is going to make his first appearance into the top half of the field too.
And
Ooh,
we've got some
Hutchinson.
damaged trucks here on here, and it looks like, am I seeing this correctly? The 91 of Scott Hutchinson is our leader.
Yeah, I believe so. The Atlas Finishers team gonna lead a couple laps out here, I guess.
That makes him the only other leader of the night. Besides the 60 laps led by G. Palmer, Scott Hutchinson is now our second leader with 1 lap led.
It's a very exclusive club tonight.
Yeah, apparently, but tell you what, Scott Hutchinson, he had the right stuff to get in, because right now he's made it up to the front there, right in front of our pole sitter, the 18 of Chad Barker, trying to make his way back up to the top spot. And right behind him, Gary LaViolette, qualified 11th up to 3rd, and Ryan Maines, we mentioned the entertaining night he's had, qualified 19th up to 4th.
And Brett Johnson is a couple laps down there in that 7 truck. He is going to go back to the back of the field here. I believe we should get lights off the pace car this time by. And that's going to put first truck on fresh tires, the 29, Mark Walls, in the 5th position.
Yeah, we have 17 drivers on the lead lap right now. In 17th position is Jeff Stab now with some heavy front end damage there. He's going to have to be careful around these trucks right now. Kip Leo is the only driver 1 lap down, which means he is looking really good for a lucky dog should a caution come out without him involved.
Okay, and the 91 is going to take the inside lane here. Interesting choice there, my friend.
Well, it
Might
could
be a
be
reason
that
for
he
it.
knows he doesn't have anything for these guys and doesn't want to get run over, but we'll see.
All right. Gonna bring the field to the line. Here we go to crank it up.
Green flag.
Oh!
All right, we're going to keep clean with the 10s into the
Oh, no.
91.7. Oh,
Go, 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 go,
28.4. All in the middle of the track, and that is going to cause a massive caution here. As
Well,
soon
that's
as we
gonna-
give them a break, they decide to do the big one.
That's going to finish off Brett Johnson. It's going to finish off Andy Vogt, most likely.
Yep, and the 16 of Kip Leo was involved. Got some damage there, which means I don't think he will receive the lucky dog.
Yeah, looking
Really
back at it,
unfortunate.
it was a pretty hefty size net code off the 18. I believe it was the second net code of the night, to be honest with you. But somebody just didn't see him. 53 spins to the inside. The 10. Oh my goodness gracious! Hulk smashed into the back of the 91. Ooh,
Yeah,
ooh.
Not been the most gentle night out there for these trucks. They are beating and banging here at Bristol, which is not uncommon. I mean, this is the last great Coliseum here. They're gonna bring it on home in style.
We're on a record.
On a
we've
record
got
is
the,
in style. Yeah, the
50.
16. Oh, look at Kip Leo getting the lucky dog. He was received a lot of damage, but did not hit anyone else. Got that damage from hitting the wall. I think that is why he will receive the lucky dog here.
I've got the 089 coming around.
Yeah, the 089's coming around as well. They're both coming around, actually. Oh, Kip Leo now letting the 089 go by? Oh, and the 28's going by. Interesting. What in the world? We have 3 drivers taking a wave around, it seems. All right. Well, we do have our first DNF of the night, and that is going to be the 2 of Trenton Barrington.
As hard as some of these hits have been, we should have multiple DNFs. But these first one's going to hang up the virtual helmet. Don't see much action except for the 10 on pit lane. I believe the 10 will be done for the night, though. 7, Brett
It's not
Johnson
looking good for the
smoking.
7. He has turned that truck into a big Weber barbecue.
I hope he has some ribs.
And the 4, reminder of why it's important to keep an eye on him. He is our leader of the Rookie of the Year standings. He leads Jeff Stabnow by 20 points right now. And that is extremely important because Jeff Stabnow is also not having the best race. These guys tend to be, for some reason, attracted. Their trucks are attracted to each other like magnets, and they just can't get apart. Jeff Stabnow won last week at Michigan, and he was so excited until he realized 2 spots back of him was Brian Barnes. So the 2 people competing for Rookie of the Year standings are always right next to each other.
And it sounds like the 10 team has about 34 minutes of repair on Andy Vogt's truck to try and get done. So he's going to be out for an extended period here.
Yeah, that's a little bit too much for the caution clock.
Yeah, we are almost to halfway here, and you can see what kind of damage these guys are taking. So with the entire last half of this race to go, it's going to get really exciting here.
All right, here we go. Pace car is off. Chad Barker's going to have control of the pace of the field, and you can see where all the communication is.
Yeah, definitely the top 4, maybe 4? Definitely top 3 are clear. The 23 almost gets clear there. Oh, we got a battle for the lead.
Yeah, Mark Walls trying to make it work coming off turn 4. 18's going to have the momentum. Still diving it on the high side. Walls on the inside. Not going to be able to get there. And here comes LaViolette. Ooh, gives a little shot to the 29 going into turn number 3. And he's trying to fight back to that inside line around beneath that 18.
I'm watching this battle back here, guys. I can't take my eyes off the 1, the 67, and the 46. It's almost as if every lap they want to go 3 wide, but not quite, because they know it's going to be dangerous to do that. But man, that 46 is keeping it there on the bottom below the 1 of Wayne Hutchinson. Sean Bryceman trying to get the run down there. Might be able to get it this time. He is clear. The 1, though, going to keep it there on the outside.
Ooh, 68 in the wall in turn number 1. D. Palmer going to get around him pretty easily. Whew.
Maines has got a really damaged truck there in front of the 46, though at Bristol you can run with a little bit of damage there. Oh, 46 into the back of him. Gonna be able to check up there. 17 slowing quite a few cars down.
Now he has the oldest tires up here.
Yeah, that's gonna cause nothing but trouble there as the 67 goes below him. He's gonna get that pass cleared off the corner. 67 gonna move up to the top as the 1 now has to deal with the 17.
And he just continues to drop spots here. Those tires are screaming.
Yeah, you could say that again. And look, we still got a battle. The 46 moving up through the field here. 68 to the high side, trying to stay into the top 5. Won't be able to do it as Sean Breitzman back into the top 5.
And just real
Trying
quickly,
to
we
catch
got
the
the 16 at Kip Leo coming down pit road. Didn't see if something happened to him or what's going on there.
He has just had a rough night tonight and the season. Really unfortunate for him. We'll keep an eye, see what happens.
I'll tell you one thing. This 23D Palmer has been running down the leaders lap after lap here. At 23, proving that him leading the majority of this race so far, dominating the race, if you will, wasn't a fluke. Andrew Williams back here underneath the 68 of the Violet. Not going to be able to make the run. Going to regroup and try to fend off the 1 of Wayne Hutchinson right behind him. That's Andrew Williams in the 67.
In the back, about mid-pack of the field, 53 of Carl Burke going side by side with the 10 of Nick Kuhn. Oh, got to keep it there on the high side. Nick Kuhn's got to keep it down low. Doesn't want to wash up into him, but having a little bit of a tough time there. 53. 19 is barely clear. Squeezes his truck up there, cuts off the 53, and here comes the 28 of William Fletcher.
That is some master's level spotter work right there. If he told him he was clear.
Yeah, I think he might have had his spotter on low there. 28, the Texaco brothers racing side by side. These guys talked about sponsor sharing, I guess.
Other teammates, so I would
Oh,
imagine.
19 in the wall in front of him. Almost going 3 wide there. Got to be careful. Cannot go 3 wide here. It's nothing but trouble.
Oh, we got a little battle up front.
Yeah, it looks like the 29 has pushed the 18 hard enough. Going to try a slide job up in front of him. He's going to get there.
Luckily,
Pretty
the 42 is
easy.
going to move out of the way. That is
And,
a lap down car.
I feel like maybe we missed something there because the 29's front end is pushed in and the 18's rear end is pushed in.
Oh, yeah, they hit each other. He, 29 pretty much ran him over.
Got
couple
Kukas
laps
in the
before.
85 you see here down on the bottom. He is also a lap down car. 24 is also a lap down as well. Dealing with some traffic here, 3 wide.
This is not good.
Oh, the 85.
23 in the wall.
Oh, and Dee Palmer into the wall, and he is not happy.
Yeah, that is not what you want to happen. The 85, for some reason, I guess, didn't know they were 3 wide or just washed up into the 23. 23 took some heavy damage. He went from 3rd to 5th right now.
And the 23, I mean, I'm watching him. He looks like he's okay, but that was a pretty hard hit to the right front.
Yeah, that definitely hurt there. Luckily, he should have his fast repair. So hopefully, if when a caution comes out, he'll be able to use that. Due to all this traffic, though, Mark Wall's now out to almost 1 second lead here on the 18 of Chad Barker. And at Bristol, that's a big lead.
And
Yeah,
the,
we've got lap down, getting involved everywhere. It seems, 67, side by side with the 1 of Wayne Hutchinson. This is a battle for 7th on the track here. The 68 trying not to get involved there.
You think if one could use a 68 as a pick, if the one could get the drive down there on the inside, he's not going to be able to do it. Oh, almost 3 wide. 67 thought better of it. Going to back out of it. And yeah, Violet's holding up to 67 right now.
Yeah, that's not going to work well for him on the outside. 68
oh, he's
in
in
the
the
wall.
wall.
Not the first time that's happened tonight. Got to be careful there as the 1 gets clear against 2 spots just then. That moves the 1 up to 6th position. Ooh, 19 into the wall constantly. Trying to keep it up off the 7.
Ooh.
Oh, just caught it there. Outside the 53 of Carl Berg in the 12th position so far. A
Well,
lot of battling going on.
that almost a second lead is down to a 10th right now as the 18 has caught back up to the 29's bumper.
Yeah, bringing the 88 with them. The 24 is actually 3 laps down right now, and that is their teammate. Got to be careful around your teammates on the lead lap
Here
here.
we go. 18 to the inside. Looks like he's gonna get it. He's cleared him. Chad Barker back out to the lead, right around Mark Walls.
Yeah, the 88 going to try and gain that spot as well. The 46, again, these are all teammates right here.
I have to imagine that significant front end damage may be hurting the performance of Wald. Maybe he hurt that motor just a little bit.
Which is interesting because the 23 took a massive hit to the wall, and he's all the way back up here.
Yeah. Palmer working around for the 29.
And Wald's
29's
way off now.
Yeah.
So not sure what's happened to the
Ooh,
29.
24, please don't.
Oh, beautiful save by Jeff Stabnow. Nice job.
Look
He's
at
not really giving anything up here.
this coming back up front. Look at second place, Sean Breitzman.
Sean Breitzman likes to occupy all of the grid positions during the race.
At least once.
Ooh, 53 for Brian Barnes getting into it right now. The 17, the 7.
Ooh,
Here we
All
go.
of
up
these
front.
drivers.
And I believe Breitzman might have led that lap.
Yeah, by 4 1/1000ths of a second at the line. Here comes Breitzman around the 18. Still battling side by side. Got lap traffic coming up ahead of him. And a big gaggle of lap traffic, as a matter of fact.
And that is 2 laps he's led from the low line. That is impressive. And he's actually going to just about clear him here.
Yeah, if the 18 gets a little too high, gets up against the wall, that's when the 46 can get him, and he does. Clears him off the corner. The 46, 18, 88, 23, your top 4 right now. Ooh, 15, Christopher Sherburne going to lose a lap here as he hit the last car on lead lap. That moves to the 53 of Carl Berg.
Ooh, Sean Breitzman.
Oh, my goodness, the leader, the 46 of Sean Breitzman. What a save. Trying to get around this lap down traffic. My goodness.
Yeah, he about lost all of his cookies there. He I hope he's wearing his brown suit because it definitely made mine one.
Oh my goodness. Well, the 23 starting to back off a little bit. 88 having to pass the 53 of Carl Berg, making it a little tough here. Carl Berg is in the 12th position, so he wants to hang on there. The 23 though, not making it so easy on him, trying to get there up in front of him. Our leader's still having to deal with lap traffic. The next one is the 7 of Brett Johnson, who is actually already down 10 laps.
And just like that, we're down to about 40 laps to go here.
Yeah, coming to almost 40, 41 to go here.
Ooh,
Oh,
Brett
Johnson's
Johnson.
around.
And that is going to finish
Keep it
that.
going for,
Well, I
yeah.
keep saying that's going to finish that truck off, but
he's a fighter.
He's
He's
a
not
fighter.
smoking.
yeah.
Not yet. And there's the 29 on the outside trying to battle the 1. That is back in 5th and 6th position. Wayne Hutchinson trying to make his way back up after having to pit here quite a few times.
And I've been watching the 29's lap times here. He is about anywhere between 4 to 6, 7 tenths off of our leader's pace at any given point. So he's definitely got something wrong with that 29 machine. But
Hold
John
on.
Breitzman still trying to make his way around lap traffic, and it's about to get hectic.
Yeah, he's heading into the eye of the storm here.
Ooh, yeah, Brian Barnes is 2 laps down. He's battling the 17 in front of him on the high side, who's 2 laps down. Kip Leo is the 16. He is 16 laps down. We've got 4 different trucks on 3 different laps right now, battling in front of our leader.
And that's good for the 18 because Barker can catch back up and hope that one of these lap down trucks holds that 46 up so he can get back around him. But there's not that much real estate on this track
Ooh,
as
are they going to
we
go
caught
too
back up.
wide? Bright's
Here
been
comes
trying
Ray.
to find his way through that.
Look at the 88, Ray Partridge. He's going to use that traffic to his benefit there. Picking up a spot, going to move into second position, having a beautiful race here. What a run.
Wow.
The 46 on the high side, running around that 16 truck. We're getting really tight here in traffic with our leaders. Again, the 4 and the 17, they are both 2 laps down. They are racing for position. That is 12th and 13th on the track, and this does mean a lot for the 4 of Brian Barnes because he currently sits 1 spot ahead of the 24 of Jeff Stabnow. Ooh, taking it easy there on the high side.
Yeah, Brian Barnes can go a lap down. Here comes the 88 Ray Partridge trying to get around him as the 46 sets his sights on the 17 of Ryan Maines. Fighting to stay 2 laps down. He's got it hooked up on the inside. That's what I was talking about earlier in the race. If somebody can get it hooked up on the inside lane, end up winning this race, and Brightsman has sure got that 46 hooked up.
Yeah, don't sleep on Partridge though. We know that man is hungry. He is desperate to get a win and get into the chase here.
All right, 30 to go.
It's actually been about 40 laps, guys. We've done about 40 laps under green. That's quite a hefty run, especially here at Bristol.
Tony, you want to channel your inner Larry Mack and tell us about trends for the Northwest Truck Series here? Or?
I don't think he's a fan of that joke.
I don't think he is either.
No, either way, we've got the 17 again battling with the 4, the 23 finally getting by some lap down traffic. The 23, I just cannot believe with that heavy damage on the right side, he is still trucking along in 4th position here. Don Brightsman, though, has got a 2nd lead on Ray Partridge, which is, again, quite a bit for Bristol. Here we go, 23 catching up to the 18 of Chad Barker. That is 1st and 2nd qualified, racing in 3rd and 4th position here. They're both trying to make their way back up towards the front here. Ooh, looks like the 1's trying to get by the 16 of Kip Leo again. Lap down traffic always ends up mixing with the lead lap traffic here at Bristol, and that can cause some problems sometimes. We've seen it. We saw how Brightsman got sideways, had to catch his truck, was able to stay in the lead somehow. A lot of these guys able to catch their trucks. A lot of great drivers here able to slide and put that truck right back under them.
Yeah, it looks like Brightsman is found the groove here. He is stretching that lead out about 1/10 and a half a lap over the 88 of Ray Partridge now.
Yeah, I do want to make a comment, though, as we are under green here. We have lost 3 drivers since the first DNF of Trenton Barrington, and that was the 10 of Andy Vogt, the 85 of Scott Kukas, and the 53 of Carl Burke. All have retired from the race.
And checking in with 67 Andrew Williams. He's back there running all by himself in 7th. Looks like maybe just the handle got away from him on this long run.
In general, you come to Bristol, you're thinking, pretty much what's happening tonight. We're going to have, 10, 15, 20 lap runs, and we're working on about a 50 lap run right now as we have 20 to go. For Sean Brightsman, huge advantage over Ray Partridge, over 2.5 seconds last time around. But
That is a massive lead here at Bristol.
yeah,
That's a massive lead anywhere you go, really.
Caution,
yellow
caution.
flag is out.
Oh, someone's on their
24.
hood. Who in the world is that on their
That
hood?
Jeff
is
Stabnow.
Stabnow.
Oh my goodness, I couldn't see the number. Unfortunately, they don't paint the numbers on the bottom of the trucks here. Maybe they should.
Well, and you got to think Brightsman didn't want to see this. He had a huge lead. And I'll tell you, Deep Palmer was coming. He hadn't quite made his way around to Ray Partridge yet, but he was on a mission.
You are right. Well, it looks like right now the top 9 drivers are on the lead lap, and here come our leaders down pit lane. Every single person should pit here. Again, only 9 cars so far. The 10th car on the track right now is the 15 of Christopher Sherburne. He should get the lucky dog here. So we'll have the top 10 on the lead lap by the time we go green here.
All right, and
Ooh,
looks
29.
like a little splash and dash there. Took the fast repair, put himself back out in front.
88, 29 is out. 88 is out. 46, 23 racing off pit lane. 23 is going to get him. 46, 18, 1. Yeah, that was a very, very quick pit stop by the 29 of Mark Walls, and he did indeed use his fast repair, as I'm sure most of the guys did, just to get the freshness of that truck. But wow, for the most part, it looks like these drivers, the 23 of D. Palmer, did not use his fast repair, which is, he might have used it earlier on by mistake. But either way, we've got a nice little lineup to go here. Christopher Sherburne up in the 5th position.
What happened to Brightsman there? He's all
Yep.
the way back in 7th.
It shows me Brightsman had a 17-second pit stop, which I'm assuming means he repaired some damage. Yeah, I'm seeing him. He stayed a little bit to repair some damage, so lost a few spots there. Looking back here, top 10, as I mentioned before, is on the lead lap. Christopher Sherburne will have to come down pit lane. We see him sit there now. He'll be the 10th car on the lead lap so far. Back behind him, Brian Barnes, 2 laps down. He will be the first car able to get a lucky dog if a caution were to come out again. Ryan Maines in 12th, 3 laps down with Gary LaViolette. He'll be battling also 3 laps down. Oh, and never mind. Gary LaViolette decided to disconnect and call it a night in 13th. So that leaves Jeff Stab now, John Odenbacher, Brett Johnson, Kip Leo, Nathan Little, all on the track to gain some spots.
Yeah, we just had just north of a 60-lap run. Not so sure. I'm pretty sure they can make it on 1 tank of fuel around here, but the last time it came down was lap 70, so they would have to make it 80 laps. Or, excuse me, 82 math. Anyways.
Matt, sorry.
Yeah,
Don't-
around 80 laps.
Don't forget to carry the 1.
All right.
Where do I carry
Before
you
we
to?
go back to green real quick, I want to give you guys a quick race summary. 136 laps completed out of the scheduled 150. 6 lead changes, 8 cautions for 38 laps.
And I don't think that was our last one. 29, Mark Walls has command of the field. Dog
Green
Bear,
flag.
front couple
Everybody
rows.
rolling.
Didn't tell his teammates when he was going, apparently, this time. And we're back under green flag.
Yeah, under 20 to go. I'm not surprised by that. The 18, though, with charge, coming to take the 3rd spot away from the 23 of D. Palmer, almost scraping the wall there. He's got to be careful. The 108 Hutchinson bringing up to the front, though. 18 going to get clear barely as the 29 goes up to the top. He just cannot hold that truck down. One's going to bring it to the bottom, see if he can make the pass here.
And I'll tell you, the big losers here are the 88. Oh, and there we go. Brightsman
Caution,
in it.
caution.
Yellow's out.
And I'll tell you what
15,
happened there. The
16.
88 of Partridge got into somebody. I didn't see who it was, but
17.
he was able to get around him. The 46 of Brightsman was not.
Ooh, yeah. He hit the 17, and 17 got a boost through the corner, and he ended up hitting the 15 of Christopher Sherburne, turned him into the 46, and that was all she wrote. Oh, we got a car on its hood again. My God, these guys just cannot stay off
If
their
that's-
hoods. That was the 28 of William Fletcher there on his hood. Well, here we go. We'll definitely get a restart in here. It's going to be a tight race to the end. The 46 should pit. See who else comes down pit lane here.
29 down pit lane.
Yeah, it looks like it will be the 29 and the 46. Our only takers right now, as the 4 of Brian Barnes just mentioned. He was 2 laps down, going to get the lucky dog and go down to 1 lap.
And I'll tell you, when they take the green flag again here, if another caution comes out, that's going to be the end. We're sitting on lap 142. They're going to go green around 145.
Yeah, that'll be all she wrote. But interesting top four now. Got Wayne Hutchinson leading his first laps of the night. D. Palmer, who's had one of the more dominating trucks out here, going to be sitting in second. Andrew Williams going to be stuck on that inside lane behind whoever the one decides to put down there, whether it be himself or the 23, and Chad Barker. Very hungry, looking for his first win on the season. He's going to be restarting on that high side, the preferred side. But this is...
Did you say hungry? I
Of
think
our,
you might have been talking about the truck in front of him.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but of our top 5, only Wayne has a win this year? Or does Chad have one as well?
D. Palmer has a win.
Or excuse me, D. Palmer.
Yeah, D. Palmer has a win, and Wayne Hutchinson has a win, and that is all of the top 5 that has a win. And I do want to point out, as I just mentioned, talking about the Hungry Dragon, the 67 of Andrew Williams doing a great job. We always say that he's one of the most determined drivers in this league. He has not received a win. However, he is Mr. Consistency. He has gotten 8 top 10s out of 12 races he's competed in this season. So doing a beautiful job up front, able to stay there in the top 10 for most of the race. Can he finally break through here? He'll start on the bottom in the second lane behind the 23. We assume the one should take the top lane here. We'll see what choice he makes.
So this is going to be interesting here at the end. This is either going to be really exciting or it's going to be a total cluster.
I can tell you, interesting is an interesting word for this because I don't think we're going to make it back around to the checkered flag.
Well, and even more important, remember, Mark Walls has 8 wins on the season. Yes, 8 wins. That is the correct number. And because of that, he's going to receive quite a bit of bonus points entering into the chase. Wayne Hutchinson has 1 win. Can he get 2 now? Can he get 2 to catch up to Walls with those bonus points? He's only 4 points behind him in the series right now. This is going to be a big deal if Wayne can close this out.
Yeah, the only other multiple race winner this season is Sean Bryceman in F46, sitting back there. Looks to be right about 10th. So here we go. Pace car is coming off, coming to 5 to go. Wayne Hutchinson has command of the field. Green flag back out to the air. Gone. Good jump from the second, third, and fourth place guys, though.
I tell you what,
Barker,
the 67, he did jump right on time, but the 23 did not in front of him.
Yeah, Barker all the way up P2 now.
Ooh, here comes the 67 on the outside of the 23 of D. Palmer. They've gotten into it this race. D going to lose it on the bottom side. 18, here he comes, battling for the lead here. Ooh, 23 is going to spin it.
Walls is in it too.
Oh, Walls into the wall. Will that bring out a caution?
And there's the
out.
Sorry,
Who's
caution,
won?
One is in the lead here.
Oh, and
Wayne
it's going to be
Hutchinson's
Hutchinson.
going to get it. And funny enough, Mark Walls did not want to bring out a caution there because he brought out the caution. Wayne Hutchinson will be your winner.
Yeah, Barker bringing it home in second, and Andrew Williams battling back to a third place finish.
Yeah, nicely done. That would have been entertaining because we know Andrew Williams had a truck for him tonight. Andrew Williams had it. 18 had a beautiful truck tonight. Wayne, though, making it through the field, doing an excellent job. Wayne Hutchinson qualified third, fell back a little bit with pit stops, able to get right back up to the front.
To be that close for Barker, that's got to be heartbreaking. But
Yeah, he was down there on the bottom side trying to make that pass when the caution came out.
That's going to give him his third top 5 on the season. So definitely a good turnaround for that 18. Definitely going to help him out trying to get into the top 8, as a couple of those guys had a bunch of problems tonight. Brian Barnes is going to get back onto the lead lap here, but to no avail. Pace car is going to work his sweet magic through the third and fourth turns here. Wayne Hutchinson under pace speed, going to make his way off of the final corner for the final time tonight, and he's going to take the checkered flag here in the Sasquatch Crossing 62 at Bristol. There's the
And-
fireworks.
Hey now, want to also give a shout out to the 15 of Christopher Sherburne, bringing it home in 8th. That is his first top 10 of the season. Nice little race we had here. Beautiful job by the one of Wayne Hutchinson.
It looks
All
like
right.
he's gonna burn her down.
We're gonna watch a little bit of this burnout if he can get it swung around without hitting the wall. You gotta go through tech. Oh no, never mind. Here are your unofficial results for tonight's race. You have the one of Wayne Hutchinson, your winner here, doing some mighty fine donuts on the front stretch. Chad Barker, bridesmaid tonight, coming home in P number 2. Andrew Williams 3rd, Ray Partridge 4th, and Sean Brightsman fighting back for a top 5 finish. Scott Hutchinson, I believe, if not, maybe one of his best finishes on the year in 6th. 7th goes to D. Palmer, William Fletcher 8th, Christopher Sherburne in 9th, and Mark Walls going to bring home another top 10. Brian Barnes is going to come home in 11th. Ryan Maines in 12th. 13th went to John Ottenbacher, Brett Johnson 14th, Jeff Stabnow 15th, Kip Leo 16th, Nathan Little 17th, Gary LaViolette finishes in 18th. 19th goes to the 19 of Nick Kuhn and Carl Burke, going to round out your top 20. 21st was Scott Kukas, Andy Vogt in 22nd, and 23rd is Trenton Barrington.
Yeah, again, the 87, 31, and 90 did not start tonight. So should not get any points here as they were on the tail end of the field the entire night. Unfortunately, we don't have Andrew Williams to talk to just yet. I think he is trying his best to get to the booth right now. But in the meantime, we will pull in the second place finisher. Finally back after missing 2 races. Going to get himself a second place finish. Chad Barker, you got us?
Yeah.
Fantastic, bud. Walk us through it, because we were kind of bracing for that ending there. We knew you were hungry for a win, and you were on the bottom side trying to pass him as that caution came out. Walk us through it.
I think I would have had him, but in team speak, they called out the wreck right before the caution came out. And I knew that I was next to him, and I knew that I had to be ahead of him. So I overdrove an entry to the corner, and it pushed up, and I had to grab it, or else I was going to hit him.
I got you. Well, it seemed like for the most part you had a really good race, had a fantastic truck. You qualified on the pole there. It almost seemed like you really didn't lose your feeling in the truck there as you missed those 2 weeks. But can we expect you to stay in here and try and make the chase run?
Yeah. I think this finish makes me feel a little better about racing. And at Bristol, no less. Go figure, right? But we'll see. The trucks are fast, so it's a lot of fun. It's hard to not want to race.
Well, from the Thunder Valley that is Bristol, next week we go to Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. How do you think you're going to do there?
So about racing next week. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I've never driven the trucks at a road course, and I'm not the greatest road course racer out there. So I guess we'll just have to play it by ear and see how it goes.
All right. Well, anybody else you want to give a quick shout out to here before we let you go?
Yeah, I got to thank Dog Bear, my whole team, everybody, and Mark for the setups and the work, and Jeff's been putting a lot of work into the telemetry part of it, and just everybody, Walls Beard Co., the Hungry Dragon, Volt Vapes, you guys, OCTV, of course. Forgive me if I'm forgetting. I haven't been on in 2 weeks, so I don't remember who all sponsors us. But to all those people I missed, thank all you too.
Real quick before I let you go, I meant to ask, are we going to see you on Sunday at Brands Hatch in the Kia for the Pack Rangers race?
I will be there. I'm not sure what split I'm going to make. I qualified with a 47.9, so it's kind of hit or miss on which split I'll be in, but I'll definitely be there one way or the other.
All right, well, if you end up in the Sportsman split, we'll be looking for you.
All right, thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
All right, big thanks to Chad Barker there, finishing in second position with a beautiful comeback after missing a few weeks here. Glad to have him back because he sure does lighten up the track there as he brings a good personality to the league here. So we thank him for making his way back with a beautiful finish in second. I'm going to pull in Andrew Williams, finishing in the third position, the 67, Mr. Consistency, I like to call him, as he is super determined to get it the best finish he can every race, and he shows it. Received your 11th top 10 finish of 14, actually 13 races that you yourself have competed in. Andy, what is your secret?
Oh man, Katie, that was a hell of a run. It's short track finishing third. Man, my teammates, Atlas finishers, man, we worked on a setup. We had a hell of a setup, and I just loosened the hell out of it. But it's just, yeah, consistency and determination. I pitted at lap 50 there, and that I shouldn't have. I should have stayed out with the leaders. And then on a restart, the 42 came across my nose, bashed it in. I had to next repair. I instead of getting the fast repair, I tried to get the normal repair. That took 30 seconds. I'm in the back. And then like 30 to go, 40 to go, my engine or my oil pressure is like just about blowing up. And I figured, oh, the hell with it. I'm going to stay out. And luckily the caution came out, and the rest is history.
Yeah, you were at the front, you're kind of in the middle of the pack, you're kind of all over the place, but you seem to be able to drive that truck pretty much wherever you wanted to. You even had a little bit of success on the inside a couple of times. Really excellent job of driving. We saw you have some challenges there early on some of the restarts, being the lone man in a dog bear sandwich. That looked pretty exciting for you.
Yeah, on that one restart, the 23 car, the pace car started going in. 23 kind of fainted like he was going, and you're up front, you just go. And then I realized, oh, he ain't going. Hit the brakes. I tapped him, and of course then he went. And I kind of let the admins know, hey, leader, if you're gonna go. That's basically all I said. But yeah, I was practicing on the inside line in practice, seeing how good my car would handle, how hard I could push it off, especially off the turns. And yeah, I got some success out of that. But yeah, with the cautions came out at the end there, so brought the Hungry Dragon barbecue sauce truck right to third place finish. It's, again, got to thank my teammates, Atlas finishers as well. I know some of them had some bad luck, but yeah, these races are a blast. And you guys, OCTV, it's such a thrill to watch the races. Like I've been telling you guys, I've been racing online for 23 years. But this year is the first time where you can watch the races like real broadcasts, which they are, of course. But and sim racing, it's just awesome, and it's just fun to be racing with these guys.
Well, we're all fans of yours here, and I'm looking forward to you trying to make me eat my words that a green truck is superstitiously bad. So we'll see you next week at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. Real quickly, any shout outs you want to give out?
Of course, got to mention the Hungry Dragon barbecue sauce again. Great stuff. Go on Facebook, Hungry Dragon sauces. But yeah, we're at the road course next week, and that's where I won last year. So hopefully I can do the repeat at the road course. I know Wayne last year gave me a hell of a run too. But yeah, I love road course racing. A lot of finesse there, just like short tracks and like Darlington. So yeah, thanks guys. See you next week, and hopefully instead of third or my usual top fives, I'll be at the podium there and doing some donuts. Thanks guys.
And that was Andy Williams.
Yeah, much appreciated. That driver is one of my favorites, I have to say. And I don't necessarily root against anyone, but you do have some of your favorites that you talk to, and he is just so consistent. You can't not pull for him. He's just a really good guy, and so that's good to see him get another top 3 finish here. But unfortunately for him, Wayne Hutchinson was able to bring it on home in first. Qualified third on the night, able to have a very, very clean truck towards the end there. Wayne, you got us?
I got you.
Fantastic. Well, walk us through it, because that race was very exciting for us, as you were able to lead about 12 laps. Weren't really up there in laps led, but you were hanging around all night.
Yeah, it was a very, very uneventful race actually for Bristol, for me. We're just hung around in the top 5, 6, 7, 8 all night long, just trying to stay clean and out of trouble. And it got a little bit lucky on the last pit stop. A couple of my teammates missed the cone, had penalties. They had to go to the end of the line. I got the line up behind the leader, and when we got a jump, leader didn't have new tires, so I was able to take first place, and then the rest is history.
And speaking of fresh tires, you had fresh tires, and so did the 18 to Chad Barker, and he was able to do some things on the low side there on those fresh tires. You think if that had gone green, we'd be talking to you as a runner-up, or you think you would have held him off?
It would have been very close if he hadn't gotten by me on the first couple of laps after that we went green there. I don't think he'd be able to, because you can only do 2 or 3 laps on the bottom before the tires start to give up. So I was holding my breath, kind of holding on up there, and then he heard on some commotion on the radio that there was something happening in the back of the pack. So he tried one last attempt to get in front of me, and he overdrove the corner, had to let up, and that's what gave me the nose in front at the yellow.
Well, it was an excellent job of you being able to put that truck in the right place at the right time tonight, and Notch, I believe that's your second win of the season. How do you think you'll fare next week at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park? It seems like you, as Andy Williams said, you both ran pretty well there last year.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. That's one of my favorite tracks. I owe Andy a win. He beat me last year, and I finished second, just a little bit behind him, and I really want to beat him this time. It would be my third win. And be working on the setup all week long, trying to get that thing dialed in. That'll be a big win. It'll really help me in the points chase.
Yeah, well, we're looking forward to that one. That'll be a lot of fun to call as well. Are you running in the Pack Majors event this weekend at Brands Hatch?
Yes, I am. Running in my Grim TV series sponsored Kia. And actually, I think right now I'm sitting outside front row for the pro split. So hopefully I can hold on to that as qualifying finishes up the next couple of days.
Oh, very well done. That's a good. That's pretty amazing, because Brands Hatch is one of those tracks that yeah, I'm lost on it. So, anyways, before we let you go, any shout outs you want to give here before we say goodnight?
To be honest, the usual shout out to all our sponsors. The setup we had tonight was just top notch. You could drive it anywhere if you really wanted to. It was easy on tires. Mark did probably 95% of the work on it, and so big thanks to him. He probably should have got the win with it, but circumstances were otherwise for him. And then big shout out to you guys. You put on a good show every week. We enjoy your commentary.
Well, it was a lot of fun to call this one tonight, and congratulations. Enjoy this one, and we'll see you next week in Canada.
Yep, going to my home track. Looking forward to it.
All right, fantastic. And again, congratulations. That was the one of Wayne Hutchinson bringing it on home for his second win of the season. Doing well, was able to gain that win, and not only do that, but have Mark Walls finish in 9th. So he should absolutely become our points leader here. He is keeping it close to Mark throughout this season. I mean, Mark has so many more wins than him, but I mean, Wayne has just brought it on home. I call Andrew Williams Mr. Consistency because Andrew has so many top 5s, but Wayne has so many top 10s. He's got now adding on to it 13 of 14 races he has gotten a top 10. So extremely well done by Wayne. It should absolutely be an interesting race here going on to the chase. And like he said, Canadian Motorsports Park is one of his best races. So it's getting really exciting here in the points. And I don't know about you guys, but after tonight, I think we need a little bit of a breather with a road course race.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. I always enjoy the road course races. Road course racing has actually become one of my favorite to just watch. I just wish I was a little better at it.
Don't we all?
Yeah, but that'll be a lot of fun. These tracks on that course, there's lots of opportunities for passing, and there's also lots of opportunities to cost yourself the race with a mistake. So that'll be a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, well, excuse me. But before we get to Motorsport next week, we will be broadcasting the Pacific Majors. We are looking at I forget what it's called, the Volt Vapes British Touring Car Championship oh God, season opener for the Kia Optimas. They're going to be at the Brands Hatch Indy Circuit. 3 races of 27 laps apiece. Yeah, they'll go through pretty much they'll make it like a track day, progress through a couple of daytime settings and so on and so forth. Definitely looking forward to that. We'll be broadcasting a Sportsman split for that race. Coverage will start right around, I believe, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. So stay tuned on that Sunday. And then Tuesday, we're back with the American Sim Racing Series at Sam Maxwell Customs. Yeah, it is. Must have been reading the wrong Facebook post then. But anyway, I only have the Sunday coming up for you, so make sure you come in and tune in on that. But for Katie Reed, Tony Knuckles, and myself, also for Cafe Olay on the producing side of it, I am Weston Mess, and we are OCTV, and we're out. Yeah, kid you not, it says right here, this week in ASRS, week of April 9th to 15th. No,